Have you ever been so tired that even breathing felt like work? So broken that even your dreams stopped believing in you? You try, you fail, you love, you lose. You give everything you have and somehow it's still not enough. People say don't give up, but they don't know how heavy it feels to keep going when your heart's already cracked open. This isn't a story about winning. This is a story about holding on when everyone else lets go. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is to not quit. Life doesn't always fall apart in one moment. Sometimes it just fades away. One disappointment, one broken hope at a time. Until you start believing that maybe this is all you'll ever be. There was a boy, maybe a girl. It doesn't really matter because this story could be anyone's, maybe even yours. They had dreams, fire in their eyes, and faith in hard work. But life doesn't always reward effort. It tests it. They tried over and over again. Late nights, early mornings, pushing themselves past exhaustion, smiling through pain just to hide the truth that they were breaking inside. Every try became another failure. Every next time became harder to say. The people who once said, "You've got this," started saying, "Maybe it's not for you." And slowly, the world grew silent. They laughed in public but cried in private. They said, "I'm fine," when they weren't. They carried a storm inside while pretending to be sunshine. And then, one night, after one more rejection, one more heartbreak, one more moment of feeling invisible, they finally broke. They sat there, alone in the dark, tears streaming down, wondering if all this pain even had a purpose. The kind of pain that doesn't just hurt, it empties you. But somewhere in that silence, something whispered. What if this pain isn't the end? What if it's the process? It didn't erase the hurt, but it planted a seed of hope, and that was enough to stand up again. They didn't promise to win. They just decided not to quit. The next day they woke up, still broken but moving anyway. The world was the same, but they weren't. They had changed in a quiet, unexplainable way. Every failure became a lesson. Every no became redirection. Every loss became motivation. They started to realize that strength doesn't come from what you win. It comes from what you survive. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and little by little, they rose. No applause, no spotlight, just quiet growth in the dark. And then one day, people started to notice. The same ones who doubted them now said, "Wow, you're so lucky." They smiled softly and thought, "Lucky? Number. I was built through my pain." Because life is a game that never ends until you stop playing. You don't lose when you fail. You lose when you quit. Every heartbreak, every sleepless night, every silent tear is proof that you're still fighting. So if you're listening right now, sitting alone, doubting yourself, thinking it's over, it's not. You're just in the middle of your story, the chapter that hurts before it heals. One day, you'll look back and realize that every time you thought you were breaking, you were actually building. You'll stand where you once fell, speak with the voice that once trembled, and shine with the light that once flickered. You weren't born strong. You just refused to stay weak. So don't give up now. Don't let this chapter be your ending. Life's game isn't over until you decide to stop playing. Every loss hides a victory. Every failure hides a lesson. And every heartbreak hides a new beginning. You just have to keep your heart in the game.